introduction. And when you say guru, I'm like, you know, I'm just a regular kid on the block. I just enjoy doing this, and I
I want
keep
to, I
learning
want,
every single
I
day.
want, I want to put you on the spotlight.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. And if you're somewhere in the late afternoon or at night, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's a privilege to be here. My name is Abdurrazaq, and we're talking about duplication. And so we'll just dive straight into it. This is about you, not me at all. And one thing we must understand very quickly on the onset is that in network marketing, it doesn't matter what works. It only matters what duplicates. That's it. It doesn't matter what works. It only matters what duplicates. So the purpose of duplication is to help you to create an explosive growth within your organization. That's just the purpose. And there are two ways for you to do that. And you want to do it straight from the onset. The two ways to create duplication is fast starting a new partner, in our own case here, in Python Signals, that's going to be your new affiliate member. And the other way is by launching that affiliate member. So there's fast starting, and then there's also launching. Now, fast starting a distributor is doing everything that you can very quickly to move that person in the direction of having a fast start and giving them a better chance of success because you have prepared them. You give them a very good chance to succeed in the marketplace because you have prepared them. And you're also assisting them to actually get going. So you have to assist them. Now, launching on the other side, which is not the topic of today, launching is strategically setting up a huge campaign to move a new partner, a new rep to a massive growth, massive wave of growth very, very quickly. And launching a person cannot be done with every individual. You need to, it's a whole different ball game, to launch a business. So your role, as a partner, as a distributor, or in this case, as an affiliate member, which most times is spelled out in the terms and conditions, generally in all types of organizations. So I'm sure we have such a document. You can check the back office of your back office to see if there's a document like that. So your role is a responsibility to provide your new affiliate member guidance, support, and guidance, and helping them to figure out, what they're supposed to do, because they're coming in newly, and they need to know what to do. And essentially, it's always two things. People ask. That's in the back of people's mind when they see an opportunity or when they join an opportunity. It's only two things: what's the business, and how to do the business. What's the business, and then how do I do the business? So if you sponsor somebody, you have to help them. It's your responsibility. You have to help that person to the best of your ability to succeed in the business. Not to do it for them. You're not supposed to do it for them, but you simply provide guidance. So what I find happening, a lot of times is the reason why people, do not experience a tremendous amount of duplication in their business is that they sign up somebody, okay, they get somebody on board, and immediately they go to sign up another person, rather than pausing long enough to give the first person a map to follow, to give them a track to run on. So what I mean by pause is, if I sign up somebody today, okay, and the person is ready to go, so let's hit the ground running. We're going to be partnering up. Okay, we're going to be working together to ensure that you succeed. So I'm ready to work with you. What a lot of people do is when they sign that person up, they don't work with them. They don't show them the map. They just point them in the direction like, look, that's That's where success is, and they tap them on the back and say, good luck. Just go there and do it. That is not even starting somebody up. That's not fast starting. It's not even starting somebody up. That's simply recruiting somebody and then shoving them off and say, you know what? I hope it works for you. And that's why people don't see duplication in their business, because they started wrong at the very, very beginning. That's the wrong foundation. And guess what? You started a culture in your business. You started, a very bad culture. So your culture can be good and you can move your entire organization forward, or your culture slows your organization and also your entire business, just slows it down, and then you just hit the rock. So there are 10 things. I hope you have your pen and paper ready. There are 10 things that I have found, to fast track, to fast start a new partner. Number one is you need to understand that the recruiting of that new affiliate member, when you sign them up, that is the beginning of the process, not the end. That's the beginning. Because some people think that once I close somebody, you know what? Wow, I've got this person in and I'm done. I go look for the next person. No, that is the beginning of the sale. That is the beginning of getting that person to success. And guess what? When that person succeeds, you succeed. And I always use, the famous quote of the late Zig Ziglar. It says, help enough people to get what they want, you will have everything that you want. So don't focus on you. It's never about you. It's about the other person. So the close, when you get somebody into your business, into your team, that's the beginning of the process. It's not the end. Number two, never ever assume that that person knows the business. Never assume anything that this person, regardless of who you bring into your business, whether the person already has some business experience or the person has network marketing experience or whatever, no experience at all. Never assume at all. What I've learned to do is I treat everybody the same and assume that they know nothing about the business. Whether they're coming with 10 years of experience, when I joined the community, I came into the community and I started learning from day one. I started learning from day one because it's a new community. I've not been in the community before. So even if you're an hour into the community before me, I respect you. It's most probable that you know something that I don't know. I want to learn from you. I'm a sponge. I soak up knowledge because once you have the correct knowledge about anything, guess what? Nobody can catch you. Nobody can catch you. You will be on fire. So never assume anything. Treat everybody the same. Number three, make them part of the family. Very, very important. Make that new person part of the family. Introduce them to other people in the team very, very quickly. Very quickly. Whether they are physically, in a place where they see the person or it's going to be on phone call, introduce that person, especially to your direct sponsor. Have them meet if it's possible, or give them a call and try to, know their background and try to get that person to also ask about that person. What do you do? How, have you been in this business? What do you do? Let them exchange contact. Let that person also meet, okay, the sponsor, there's a system that I know that works very, very well. I call it the My Five. I call it the My Five. The My Five is, find at least 5 people in the success line. Make sure that that person is introduced to all at least 5 people in that success line. Because what it does, guess what, is that it cements that person's decision to actually start the business. Because everybody has buyer's remorse. It's possible that after the person signs up, they go talk to their spouse or their friend or somebody who doesn't know anything about Python signals. And the spouse tells them, oh, you're just falling for another scam. They're just going to take your money from you. And the person starts to second guess their decision to join. And before you know it, they come back to you the following morning and say, look, I quit. I'm sorry. I'm not really sure that this is for me. So they have, that buyer's remorse. But when you have quickly introduced them to people in your success line, and they know the background of those people, that, oh, they're different people, from different backgrounds who are doing this business. Hey, you know what? This is good. I feel at home. Make that person feel at home. So for me, making that person feel at home is maybe, I invite the person. Just imagine, if you're at home and you're watching maybe TV or something with, your brother or something, and your brother just gets up, your sister gets up, and they just walk to the fridge and, they get a drink or something. They're at home. So I want my new partner to be that free with me. Because a stranger will not come to your home and he's watching TV with you and he just gets up and goes to your fridge to take something. No, he's not home yet. You have to make that person comfortable enough to do that, right? So make the person very, very comfortable. And the purpose of that is to solidify their decision that they made a very, very good decision. So it's very, very good that you amplify that statement. Hey, you know what? You made a very good decision. And when that comes from several people in the business already, who the person knows that they're in their success line, they're very, very confident and nobody can really knock them over. Number 4 is you want to help that new partner establish a basic game plan and a custom game plan. A basic game plan and a custom game plan. Because you have to understand that it's not everybody that wants to be rich. Some people come to an opportunity, I always categorize three types of income. I say there's supplementary income, which is, 1,000 naira and maybe up to 30,000 every single month. And then there's replacement income, which is 30,000 and up to 300,000 naira. And then there's wealth. Wealth is 300,000 naira and more. So you have to, find out exactly what is it that, they want out of the business. So you should not establish the same game plan for everybody, because everybody comes from, different backgrounds, different work ethics, different values. They bring different things to the table. So you need to do a mini assessment. What do you want to accomplish in the business? What kind of income do you want to achieve? How fast do you want to accomplish it? You ask those kind of questions. What are you willing to sacrifice? There's nothing that you can gain except you give up something else. You can't have everything because you only have 24 hours in a day. So something must give. Something always has to give. So you have to prioritize, what this person wants. How much time? Time is the most valuable commodity in the world. I don't, joke with my time. And I think the same for people that join in the business. I respect their time. How much time are you going to have? When are you going to be working? Daytime, morning time, nighttime, so that I can schedule my own appointment, around yours, and I can help you to move ahead with your business. How much are you looking to earn? So I talked about the different levels of income: supplementary income, replacement income, and also wealth. Number 5, you plug them into the training of your business very, very quickly. So this is one of the things that we're doing right now. So I hope that all of you have your team members on the call, because you want to be on the same page. You want to lead by example. And the most important thing why that is very, very important is that typically people don't do the things that they don't know how to do. It's pure and simple. You know, if you don't know how to do something and somebody says, go and do it, you won't be able to do it because you've not been trained to do it. It's like telling me to, you know, go build a house. You give me all the materials, all the cement, all the nails, all the hammers, all the drawings and everything. I will go out there and stand on the piece of land. All the supplies are there, all the drawings are there, but I can't do anything because I've not been trained to build a house. I'm not an architect. I'm not a builder. I don't have that training. So I can't do anything. So you must be trained. You must plug that your new person into the training that is available, because nobody can do anything without the knowledge to do what you want them to do. So get them plugged into the training and be very careful. Don't give them too much information that they begin to, they go into study mode, homework mode, and they take 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Oh, abdurrazaq, I've not heard a call from you. I've not done a 3-way call with you. I've not talked to your prospect. Oh, I'm still reading all the materials that you gave me. I'm still studying. That's not what we want. We want to achieve results as quickly as possible. And that takes me to the next point, because that's very, very important. Take action. You want that new partner to take action, because nothing ever happens until somebody does something. Nothing will ever happen until somebody does something. So I want that person to come up with their top 10 list. I call it the hot list. Come up with top 10 list, top 5 list, hot list. I don't want that person, I don't want to, there's the memory jogger. I'm sure most of you know memory joggers, where the person has to remember, the person they went to a primary school with. They want to remember their florist. They want to remember, their doctor, the person who was at their marriage. No. Don't tell them to go and make a list of 100 people or 250 people, that's going to be their pipeline. That's too much. You want to ask very quick questions to get hot 10 people, all right? And I'm not knocking down, the value of memory joggers. They're very good, but the person can use the memory jogger over time to just juggle the memory, and they can keep building on their list of leads. But you want to ask very quick questions. Hey, listen, Joe, who is the sharpest person that you know? I want that person on that list. Who is the most successful person that you know right now? Oh, Joke, fantastic. Who is the most outgoing, fun, person, crazy person, social person? Oh, that's Dupe, fantastic. I want you to put her name on that list. Who is the most, come up with a description of the type of person that you want the person to contact as quickly as possible. Okay? So that will help the person to move very quickly, to take action. So that's what I do. Instead of going, a lot of people want to practice. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with practicing, but I don't want to practice on the dregs of the people that they know. I want their chicken list. I want the people that they're afraid to go and see because the person or those people have a high level of success. Recruit up. I tell people, always recruit up. Don't recruit down. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you're a 7, if you're a 10, sorry, if you're a 7, if you're a 6, recruit people that are 6 and above. There's nothing wrong with recruiting down, but always go up. You have a faster, chance of succeeding that way. So after agreeing on the game plan, I want to assist that person to start making the calls right away. And I'm not going to send them and say, look, go and make the calls yourself. No, that's where the practice comes in. We're going to role play. I'm going to make some calls, dummy calls, you know. In fact, I'm going to make real calls. Those first 5, first 10, I'll call them. I'll call those people directly. Hey, listen, Joe is here. Joe, say hi to your friend. Joe must have made the call. His name is Abdurrazaq. He's my partner, is my senior partner, and we just want to show you, you know, the project that we're working on. Is that okay? And he says, fine. Gives me the phone. Hey, Joe, I'm here with a friend. I've heard so many good things about you, and I just dive in. So he sees me, she sees me making the call, and very soon they're confident enough to go make the call themselves. Because what you quickly want to do is you want to cut people off. You want to cut the umbilical cord off and set that person free as quickly as possible. And you want that person to start making money today. You know, so when somebody joins me in a business or joins me in an opportunity, I want that person to start making money the day the person starts. Number 7 is you want to uncover that person's action motivator, what a lot of people term as what's your why, their reason for doing the business. But you want to go very, very gentle at the beginning. You know, don't be hardcore. Say and tell the person that what's that one thing, you know, that will ensure that you stay in the business. Heck, this person is just coming to the business. Probably they just want to offset, you know, a couple of bills, or they have, you know, a particular, you know, pain point that they want to take care of immediately. So you don't want to hardcore them, you know, put a lot of pressure on them. That so he's thinking, what's that thing that's going to make me to stay in the business no matter what? Because life is up and down. Business is up and down. Okay, it's up and down. Today you're in the valley, tomorrow you're on top, you're on the peak, you're on top of the mountain. So every time what you try to do is, you know, when you're at the top, you want to try as much as possible to stay for as long as possible at the top of the mountain. But definitely life is going to happen. You're going to go down. It happens in relationships, it happens in everything, business, whatever it is, school. It's up and down. So when you're down in the valley, you want to quickly get back up. That's you know what happens to me all the time. So I don't want to hardcore press the person to say, tell me exactly one thing or two things that will make you stay in the business no matter what happens. No, just explain to them that they need to have strong reasons, you know, why they do the business. And then tell them that as the day goes by, even if they make a list of 10, it begins to dwindle because they begin to really, really find out their core reasons for doing the business. And normally it's not more than 3. It's never more than 3, 3, 2. You know, in the last 10 years, my whys have been the same. 3 whys. We've all been the same in the last 10, 11 years in the business. So all that person wants at the initial stage is to take care of an urgent need. Okay. So the big picture, you paint that big picture, you know, as time goes on, so that they begin to find their core reasons for doing the business. And that's going to make them, you know, no matter what, whether they're at the top or they're at the valley, they know exactly what will make them stay in the business. Number 8, practice with them. I mentioned that briefly, you know, earlier. You have to practice with them. You don't just push somebody off. They've started the business, and then you leave them by themselves and say, you know what, that's the training. You know, go on Zoom or go to your back office. You have all the trainings there. No, you need to practice with them. Remember, they're your partner. And again, you know, something. Remember, I said earlier that somebody is not going to do what they don't know how to do. Even if you give them all the tools, you have to teach them, you have to show them how to do it. So there are approach scripts that you can come up with yourself if the company doesn't have any yet. You know, what to say to people. What do you tell people? So you role play with them. Let them be the prospect, and then you role play with them, and then you reverse it until they're confident to do it by themselves. And the reason you want to do that is when you give them that confidence and they're able very quickly to make money, they're going to stay in the business. As early as possible, when somebody makes money in the business, that gives them a very strong reason to stay. Number 9, we're going to wrap up very soon. Number 9 is staying in touch with them regularly. All right. So when your new person starts, all right, so not day one, okay, you just show the person all the things that they need to know from number 1 to 8. But in the next coming days, you want to be in touch with the person probably on a daily basis for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and sometimes even 4 weeks. It depends on that person's commitment and that person's understanding of the business. The quicker the person, learns the business, the quicker you don't have to be in the person. Call the person on a daily basis. But if the person is a slow learner, give them some space, give them some patience. Everybody is not the same. But the most important thing is you gauge the person's commitment. And once you know that this person is committed, guess what? You're there. You're there for them at every turn, that they need you. Okay, so you must stay in touch with them, and that's where you create, what I mentioned earlier, your my 5. These are 5 people in our team that you need to meet, you need to contact, and so those people too will stay. So there's like a community, just like what we're doing right now. And number 10 is making sure that you find a balance. Find a balance between your frontline recruiting and also working with your entire team. Yes, you just sponsored a new person. Yes, you're going to be there to assist them to get going, but you still have your team. The organization is there, so you need to still be in touch with your team. You need to always be on the lookout for, I call them sparks. Where are the sparks, happening in my team? So whenever I say spark in my team, no matter the level they are, I go pour some gasoline on it so that, they burn, because people will come from miles around to see somebody who is burning. So you need to balance, it's a balancing act. You need to lead by example. You need to, know how to stay in primary production mode. That is phase 1. So phase 1 is you need to be recruiting yourself. And sometimes, you must start off 1 person, 2 people, 3 people at the same time. You're working with them at the same time. And your frontline recruiting activity will drop for maybe a couple of days or weeks, until you get those people really going on. But it doesn't mean that cold turkey, you stop recruiting. No, you have to continue, because the lifeblood of your business is the new blood. The lifeblood of your business is the new blood. So know how to balance your time between frontline prospecting and recruiting, and also, working with your team. I think, we've come to the end. So it's most importantly, duplication is you want to start a quick wave of activity with a new person. So no matter what, you always have to be in phase 1, like I said. No matter how many people you're working with frontline, who you just sponsored, you must always be talent scouting and make sure that your people, are also, they know that you're available, to take care of them when they need you. So these are other people who are already in the team. So those are the steps for fast starting a new partner. It's immediate action is the key, and you want very quick results. So these are just the 2, main themes of fast starting somebody. You want quick action, and you want them to get quick results very, very quickly. You want to help them to create a success story, no matter how small that is. no matter how small that is. You want to help them to create a success story, whether it's recruiting a new person, whether it's earning some money. It doesn't matter the size of the check that they earned. I remember, one of my businesses that I did, my first check was, all right, I'll just talk about Python Signals, where we are, Just yesterday, I was able to recruit my first affiliate member. I'm ecstatic. $50. That's like 15 million to me right now, because I know I can do it. And I know that, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. So that's my first step. And now I'm good to go. In fact, let me tell you what happened. The prospect was actually referred to me. So I was speaking with him and he was asking me some questions. And he asked me, how much have I made in the business? And I'm talking about it with so much confidence. Oh, $300,000 in 18 months. How much have you made? And I told him, as a matter of fact, I've not made a dime. I've not made a cent. But you know what? I'm on my way. I'm confident. I see the possibility here. And I'm going to do this with or without you. Thank you so much, Joke. I need to hand you the mic back to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdurrazaq. That was really, really very powerful. There's a whole lot that I believe a lot of people have learned from, just like myself. We don't have any much time because we're 10 minutes more than our expected time, so I wouldn't be able to go through what he has said. But please, we're going to be featuring again next week, because we're continuing multiplication next week. And one of the days next week, we're going to be telling you how to multiply using social media. Right? Remember that social media has changed a lot of things: the way we do business, the way we interact with people, all right, the way we live. Social media has changed everything. So I strongly believe that next week will be will be packed with a lot of goodies. Now the least you can do, like what he said, is that you need to plug your team members into training sessions. And one of such is this money charge. It happens every day, Monday to Thursday, every week. And we are treating different topics. Like I said, next week we're running through multiplication again. Upper week, we're going to start a series called processing. We show people that you don't have to convince anybody. You see how he was able to manage that question. Have you earned anything yet? It shows the skill of processing. So upper week will be so fantastic. As a matter of fact, from now to the end of the year, we already have the training sessions, what we're going to do. So please make it a duty to be available. And I want to once again thank Mr. Abdurrazaq for giving us this honor and time. I really, really sincerely appreciate it. And thank you very much to all our speakers this week, MVP Chris, Tega, CEO Kurepe. I'm really, really excited about what you are doing. So if you learned something and you're excited, just type the word, please, good to go, so that I know that we're on the same page. I just need 5 good to go so that we can close this. I'm sorry, tomorrow we would try to close exactly 9:30, and this video will be available. Thank you very much. I get a lot of good to go. So keep enjoying your life, and remember, that if it must work, then it has to multiply. Thank you very much. I'll see you at the same time tomorrow. Bye for now.